Hey, what's going on, guys? Quick video about a very important subject. I get a lot of messages about this. I figured I'll just give you guys my insight on it. Like I said, I'm no expert, but I had the same problem. This guy said, "Hey, I want to stop fapping to porn because it gets in the way of my goals towards being better at my passion. I become selfish, irritable, lazy, mad at myself. Skip. I have an addicting mindset. If I don't do it for a long time, I feel like no one can touch me and my confidence is sky high. But then I relapse. I go back into doing it. I become lazy, selfish. And I just want to stay home and play video games. The cycle has been going on for years, to be honest. Blah blah blah. I just want to end it for good, and I want to stop the cycle for going. Well, one thing you understand in life is that cycles teach us lessons. Cycles are very important. It's the reason why you're going through this. You're not the only one. I had that same problem. Like when I was studying at from 13 to like I would say maybe 19, 20, 21. I had a big fapping problem, man. I could not stop fapping. At one point, I made it a goal because I was almost in tears, man. I was tired of that shit. I was like, dude, why am I always on fucking bang bus, man? And I decided, so, you know what, I'm gonna go a long time without doing this. I'm gonna end it for good. And I went a long time without doing it, very long time, and I felt really good. But then, as you call it, I something happened. I got pissed off, depressed, and I went right back, and it became worse than before. And I realized that when I go a long time without fapping, and then I finally start doing it again, it becomes like worse than before. And to be honest, I didn't do. How did I break that addiction? Simple. I stopped giving a fuck about it. To be honest, so you gotta understand. A lion who swims is still a lion. It's never a fish. All right. A lion who swims is still a lion. It's not a fish. An eagle who limps can still rule the sky. I sent that in a message, right? An eagle who has like a leg problem. Oh shit, I'm limping. Nobody can look at him and be like, haha, you fucking limping eagle. He'd be like, really? Saw the sky, be like, can you do this, bitch? You know what I'm saying? The lesson I'm trying to tell you is that focus on your strengths and not your weaknesses, because the purpose of our weaknesses is to all our weaknesses have a purpose. We have them for a reason. Not only keeps us humble, but it keeps us searching for something, and it teaches lessons. For example, this weakness told me something about yourself. You don't give yourself enough credit. Like I said, like the swimming lion or the limping eagle, you don't give yourself enough credit. You look at your leg like, oh man, I'm limping, but you forget that you could rule the sky. You forget the strengths that make you different. You keep looking at, for example, you told me that when you go to the gym, you go a long time without fapping, and you go to the gym, you feel really good. Da da da. Pause right there. Look what you just said. You go to the gym. That little thing right there is a fucking accomplishment. You thinking, well, everybody goes to the gym. Everybody don't fucking go to the gym. You know how many people out there want to work out, want to get in shape, but just don't have the balls or the commitment to work out? But you don't see that as an accomplishment. That's the problem. You don't give yourself enough credit. Motherfuckers have to start patting themselves on the back a lot more. When you look at the purpose of your strengths is to shrink your weaknesses. You don't remove your weaknesses. You'll never get rid of it. I'll tell you the truth right now. Eventually, it will go away when you realize this concept I'm about to show you right now. The purpose of your strengths is to shrink your weaknesses. The more you increase your strengths, the smaller your weaknesses look. The Earth is a very big planet, but when you look at the sun, it looks small as fuck. Doesn't mean the Earth shrunk in size. It's just the comparison. When you look at your weaknesses and you're like, man, I want this to go away, don't do that. Don't even fucking look at them. Look at the list of your strengths and look how godly they are. Look how beastie you are. And then when you look back at your weaknesses, you're gonna be like, man, fuck that, man. I could do this, I could do that. Who gives a fuck if I fat? And that's when it loses power. And that's when you realize, whoa, I went 2 months without doing this shit without even knowing it. I didn't stop fapping by saying I'm gonna stop fapping. No, I stopped fapping by focusing on other things, by focusing on what makes me great. Then I realized, oh shit, I don't even have time to fap. The problem is you don't give yourself enough credit. You that limping eagle, you forget that you could fly. You're looking at your weaknesses, but you forget your strengths, and this doing yourself a big disfavor. I mean, one of the important key concepts of greatness is giving yourself the compliments that you want another person to give you. Right? That's not being cocky. That's not being arrogant. Muhammad Ali, before anyone said he was great, he said he called himself the greatest. Even though he knew he wasn't the greatest, he still called himself the greatest. I always say, don't let someone give you a compliment you did not already give yourself. Write that down. Don't let someone give you a compliment you did not already give yourself. Every compliment anyone can give you, make sure you looked in the mirror at one point in the past and give yourself the compliment first. Pat yourself on the back for the good things that you do. This way you never have to feel bad about the negative. And who cares if you fucking fat, motherfucker? Everybody fat. It's been happening for years. That's why it's a cycle. It's been happening for generations, man. I mean, even people that have girls, man, I have even people that get ass fat. I'm trying to keep my voice down because I got to be mama in there. But there'll be times when I would have my shorty in the room with me for like 2 weeks. That was like in the past, when I was like in Alabama and shit. And I would still go fat. I'd be like, hey, I'm bored. I just want like a 15-second. Don't don't let no one tell you what good and bad is. Have your own definition of that. Focus on your greatness. Focus on your strengths. You won't have to worry about that. Eventually, it's gonna go away. Obviously, it's bad if it makes you feel guilty, but it's a sign. It's there for a reason. It's there to show you that, like I just said, you need to stop being so introverted. You need to start looking at. You want to look within yourself. Look at the good things and not the bad. Once you realize that, you notice that the weakness is gonna go away. It's gonna shrink. Every weakness is there for a reason. That's one of the biggest things that changed my life. Is realizing that every weakness that a man has is there for a reason. It's to teach him a lesson. Here's the lesson I'm teaching you right now. By reading your message, you do not give yourself enough credit. You work out, like I said, and you even said, "Oh, I don't have time to like go to a therapist because I'm always working." Boom! Look at that right there. You working? How many motherfuckers would rather steal for a living, or rather stay home and collect government checks? You working? Pat yourself on the back, motherfucker. All right. Now I'm hoping that helps your problem. Like I said, you can't end the cycle. Cycles don't end like that. The only way to end the cycle is to begin a new cycle. So you want to end the cycle of fapping? Begin the cycle of motivating yourself, patting yourself on the back, and seeking your greatness, seeking your talents, pursuing what makes you great. And you'll notice all these things, all these negative things that you're doing will eventually shrink. Don't feel bad. You're still a warrior. You're still a king. You're still the eagle that rules the skies. Remember that. Team 3D Alpha.